All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Sorry, I had to do some setup in order to get us going. So before we proceed, I just want to be sure that my mic is working and you guys can hear me clearly. Just if you know you can hear me, just type one on the chat box before we continue. All right. If you can hear me, just type one on the chat box. All right. Prince, kindness, faith, you're all welcome. Welcome to today's session. All right. So before we get along with the business of today, I would just like us to reflect on what we have been doing since the inception of this program. So we started with the basic introduction to the financial markets, and I believe we all know um, that we all know how the financial market works from the terminologies and everything. And last week I showed you guys how to place trade, and I know we have all mastered the art of placing trade, right? So if I'm on point, just type two. This time I want you to type two. If I'm on point, just type two so that we can dive into the business of the day. Okay. All right, perfect. So what we are going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you guys how to place pending order, right? The stuff we did the last time was on how to place instant execution or market execution, right? So we had to place trade with the current market price. So today I want to explain what pending order is and the type of pending order that we have. Then I will not show you guys how to set pending order on the charts. And after that, if we still have time, I'll also show you guys how to, I will dive into fundamental analysis before we go into technical. Maybe probably we'll start technical analysis tomorrow. So if we still have time today, I'm going to be diving into fundamental analysis. All right. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. Okay. Whoa. Slideshow. All right. So today let's talk about pending order. What is pending order? I believe you guys are with your writing material. Please, I want you guys to take this class very serious. Pay attention to every detail, to everything I'll be saying. Take it very, very serious. Like I said in our last class, by next month, you guys should be having your trading account, right? I'm making plans for that. You guys should be having your trading account as promised, okay? So I want you guys to pay attention to everything I'm saying because we're only going to give the people who has passed our screening. For everyone that has passed our screening, those are the people that will be eligible for the trading accounts. All right. So you have to pay attention. Trust me, our screening is not okay. Don't worry. Until then. So what is pending order? What is pending order? I said pending order. This has to do with this is where you place order on your chart at specific area because you expect price to get to that area and activate your order. All right. It's not like instant execution where you buy or sell at the current market price. All right. It's not like instant execution where you buy or sell at the current market price. It's a pending order. You believe that price is going to get to a certain level before you make decision. So you go there and you set the pending order, and after once the price gets to that zone, it activates it and buy or sell. So we have four types of pending order. Although we have more than four, but the major ones, that is what we are going to be looking at. All right. So what are the four major types of pending order? We have buy stop, we have buy limit, we have sell stop, and we have sell limits. All right. So I'm going to explain what they are. Then I'm going to give example, and I will show you guys how to do that on your MetaTrader 5. Okay. So what is buy stop order? I said buy stop order is a type of buy pending order that is placed above the current market price. Take note, buy stop is being placed above the current market price. You just need to understand these positions. It's being placed above the current market price. If the current market price should get to that point upward, it should activate and buy. So buy stop is being placed above the current market price. Now, what is buy limit? Buy limit is a pending order that is being placed below the current market price. So you place buy limit below the current market price. Buy stop is above the current market price and buy limit is below the current market price. So you have to know the difference, right? Then moving forward, we have sell stop. What is sell stop? Sell stop is a pending order that is being placed below the current market price. You place sell stop below the current market price. Once the market gets to that point, it activates and sell. That is for sell stop. While sell limit is being placed above the current market price. So if the market should get to that level, it activates and sell. Okay. So before I dive into the example to show you guys how it works, I just want to know if you guys understand everything I've been saying. So if you are getting me correctly, just type 1 on the chat box for in order for me to proceed. All right. All right, perfect. So I'm going to be sharing my whiteboard in order for me to explain in a way you will understand. I want you guys to pay attention very closely, okay? Now let's start with sell stop. Sorry, let's start with buy stop. I told you guys that buy stop is being placed above the current market price. Now, for instance, I believe you guys can see my whiteboard. For instance, if we have this line indicates the price line. So let's say, okay, let's start with 1, 2, 3, and we also have 4, and above we have 5, right? So these are the prices. We have price 1, price 2, price 3, price 4, and price 5. Now we're going to be using price 3 as the current market price. So price 3 is the current market price. All right, current price. Forgive my drawing or writing. So price 3 is the current price. Now, when I say current price, it means that at the moment, this is where the price is at, right? This is where the price is. And if you're buying or selling at this current market price, it is known as instant execution or market execution because you are buying or selling at the current market price. Now, for a buy stop order, remember I told you guys that buy stop order is being placed above the current market price. Okay, so buy stop order, you are saying that currently the price is at 3, but my analysis or my speculation is not allowing me to buy at 3. It's not like I cannot buy at 3, but for me to be so sure with my analysis, I want the market to get to 4 before I buy, right? Remember I said buy stop is being placed above the current market price. So I will not place my buy stop at price 4 and I will leave it. The moment the price or the market gets to 4, it activates and starts buying. Okay. And mind you, once the price activates, if the market fails to buy and it starts coming down, you'll also be on a loss. Okay. So it means that the moment you place your buy stop order at number 4, your stop loss has to be below 4. All right. So 4 is our buy stop. I'm going to be using BS for buy stop. So 4 is our buy stop, and our stop loss has to be below 4 in order for us to preserve our capital, right? So 4 is our buy stop, because buy stop order is being placed above the current market price. So I'm going to be explaining buy limit, but before I do that, I just want to understand if you guys understood the explanation for buy stop order. If you understand that, just type 2 on the chat box. If you understand my explanation for buy stop order, just type 2 on the chat box. I want to have more 2 in order for me to proceed. All right. Okay. Perfect. All right. Good. Good. So that is for buy stop order. Now for buy limit, we still have our current price at 3. Now for buy limit, you are saying that you know that the market is likely to come down. You know that the market is likely to retrace back downward. So you're saying if this market should come down to number 2, you set your buy limit at price 2. All right. So buy limit will be at number 2. Our current price is at number 3. That is where the market is, right? But you're saying if this market should come back to number 2, activate for a buy. All right. So once the price pulls back to number 2, it will activate for a buy. And mind you, if the market fails to buy from number 2 and it starts coming down below 2, you will also be on a losing trade. So you have to place your stop loss below 2 in order for you to protect your capital, right? So your buy limit is placed at 2 and your buy stop is placed at 3. Okay, so you have to set it so whether you're there or not, once the market comes back to 2, it activates for a buy, and you are expecting the market to buy at number 2. So in order for you to protect your capital, you have to place your stop loss below 2. So your buy stop limit is placed at 4. So your buy stop is placed at 4 and your buy limit is placed at 2. Right? So when you want to take the trade at number 3, it's known as instant execution because you're buying at the current price of 3. But if you want to buy at price 4, it's known as buy stop. But if you want to buy at price 2 because you feel that the market will come down before going up, that is known as buy limit. So our price 2 is known as buy limit. I'm going to be showing you guys how to set it on our chart. But before I do that, I just want you guys to understand the concept of buy limit and buy stop. And I believe you guys understood buy limit and buy stop. So I'm going to be moving to sell stop and I'm going to be moving to sell stop and sell limit. All right. So I want to believe you guys understand buy stop and buy limit. So I'm going to be taking this off. I'm just going to delete. All right. So let's start again from price 1, price 2, price 3, and price 4, possibly price 5. All right. So our price 3 is still our current price. This time I'm going to be using CP for current price. That is for price 3. Now what I want to explain, I'm going to be starting with sell stop. Okay, sell stop, which means we want to sell, but we don't want to sell at the current market price. We want to sell based on pending order. Now sell means that you're expecting the market to go down. All right, if I should sell at price 3, it means that I am selling based on the current market price. But if my analysis is telling me that the price will get to price 2 before I sell, which means I'm going to set my my sell stop. So I'm going to be using SS for sell stop at price 2. Sorry, I'm going to be using sell stop at price 2. So what I'm saying is, if the price should come back to 2, all right, it should activate for a sell and keep going down. So the moment the price gets to 2, it should activate and keep selling. Now, the moment the price fails to sell and start going up, I will be on a loss, which means I need to set my stop loss above 2 in order for me to protect my words. In order for me to protect, sorry, in order for me to protect my capital, right? So my sell stop is at number 2. So the moment the price comes down from 3 to 2, it activates for a sell, and the market is expected to keep selling. But the moment the market fails to sell and start going up, I will be on a loss. So which means I need to set a stop loss above 2. So number 2 is known as what? Sell stop. I want to believe you guys understand that, right? Now, moving forward, I'm going to be explaining sell limit. After this, I'm going to be showing you guys practical example on how you can do that on your MT5, okay? So I'm going to be setting sell limit. How do I do that? My sell limit is being set above my current market price. So which means I'm going to set my sell limit at price 4. What I'm saying is that if this market should get to price 4, activate for a sell and sell. All right. So we have our current price at 3, but if the market should go up to 4, activate for a sell there and sell, because your analysis is telling you that the market will start selling from 4, but the current price is at number 3. So you set your sell limit at 4. So the moment the price gets to 4, it will activate for a sell and start selling. But mind you, the moment the sell limit is activated and the price fails to sell and it start going up above 4, you'll also be on a loss, which means you need to set your stop loss above 4, right? So number 4 is our sell limit. I'm going to be using SL for that. So 4 is our sell limit, and 2 is our sell stop. Why number 3 is our current price. So that is the best explanation I can give for sell limit and sell stop. So before I go to live practicals, if you know you understand from buy stop, buy limit, sell stop, and sell limit, please type 3 on the chat box. Type 3 on the chat box before I give a live example, right? I want to see more 3s. Okay. Type 3 on the chat box. Perfect. Okay. All right. So that is for that is for that is that. Now let me show you guys practical example on how to set sell limits, buy stop, buy limit, or whatever, right, on your MT5. So I'm going to be using this on my the example is going to be on my PC, on my computer, but you have to figure it out on your personal phone, all right, on your mobile device. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. It's not hard, okay? We all know how to place trade. We all know where to go to set our instance and our instant execution. So all you need to do on your mobile device, the moment you go to your selling or buy arena or to your order environment, you need to change it from market execution. Some of you will see instant order, right? Or instant execution. You change it from there to either sell limit or buy limit. It depends on the order you want to set. It depends on the pending order you want to set. So the moment you go to your order arena, you just change it from market execution to sell limit or buy limit. Then you map out the level where you want to set it, which is what I'm going to be showing you guys on the charts. All right. I believe you guys can see my charts. Okay, so this is my chart. Now I'm going to be using this for illustration. Okay, so this is the BTC USD, right? This is BTC USD, and the white line you're seeing is the current price. Okay, This is the current price. If I decide to sell BTC USD at this current price, it is known as instant execution or market execution because I am selling at the current price. All right. Now I want to start with okay, let me look for the one I can use to explain. Plain team. Okay, so this is gold. Now the white line is the current market price. Okay, the white line is the current market price. Now I am not convinced to sell gold at this current market price. I don't want to sell gold at this current market price. Remember, what I'm explaining now is buy stop. The buy stop is being placed above the current market price. All right, the buy stop is placed above the current market price. So what I'm going to do, I will take my horizontal line tool and I will fix it where I want to set my buy stop. All right. If I decide to buy from this zone, it's known as market execution. But what I want is I need the market to get to this red zone for me to start buying. Sorry for that. Let me do it again. I'll set my buy stop above the current market price. Yeah. So I need the market to buy to this red zone before I activate my buy. So this zone is known as my buy stop area, right? The market is not there yet, but the moment the market gets to that zone, it will activate for a buy. All right. So if this is my buy stop, it means that my stop loss has to be below this zone. Now, what I need to do is to copy the price of the buy stop. I just need to copy it out, right? I need to copy it somewhere, or I just need to have it at heart. So this is my buy stop. Then the second line is my stop loss. The line under is my stop loss, and the first one is my buy stop order, and the white line is the current price. So the moment the market buys to this zone, it activates for a buy. Now I've gotten my price level for buy stop and also my stop loss. Now what do I need to do? I need to go towards new order. So this is the new order. This is where I need to set whatever I want to set for gold. So what I need to do, I need to change it from market execution. You also see it on your mobile device. The moment you mark out the levels where you want to set your orders, you change it from market execution to pending order. All right. Although on your mobile device, you'll see the buy stop and buy limit. You won't see pending order. But for the personal computer, the moment you change it to pending order, you'll be able to change your order. So what I'm looking for is buy stop. Now, this is buy stop. So what they're going to be asking for is the price level where you want the buy stop to be. So this is the price level. First thing first, you need to choose your lot size, which is the volume. I can decide to use 1. Remember, 1 is a standard lot size. Then the next thing is the buy stop price. So this is the buy stop price, the first line above. So I just need to come here and I will type it in, which is a 34. G34. Okay, yeah, 3424.292. Okay, so that is the price. That is where I want to set my buy stop. Remember, the buy stop is above the current market price. Now I've set my buy stop. The next thing is to set my stop loss. So the stop loss is 3420.579579. Okay. So that is the stop loss. Okay. So the price is my buy stop. The one below is my stop loss, and I've chosen my lot size of 1. Now, once I'm done, I'm just going to click on place, right? But if I want to set take profits, your take profits, who can tell me where my take profit should be? All right. Is the take profit, should it be above the buy stop price or below the buy stop price? If you know the answer, type on the chat box. The take profits, where do I set take profits? Is it above the buy stop price or below the buy stop price? If you know the answer, just type it on the chat box. Okay, above the buy stop price, correct. So I can decide to set my my take profit above the buy stop price. Okay. So once I do that, I will just click on place. Now the order has been placed, right? The order has been placed. All right, so you can see it. If you check here, look at my mouse. This is buy stop, and this is the stop loss below. So the moment the market gets to this buy stop, it activates for a buy, which means I'm expecting the market to keep buying. But if the market fails to buy and it starts coming down, the moment it gets to the stop loss, it takes me out on the required loss that I set. Okay, so that is how to set your buy stop. So the first thing you need to do is to do your analysis. Then you locate the instrument you want to trade. You open the charts. Then you map out your buy stop level where you want to set your buy stop and take note of the price. Then you go to your order where you want to do your settings and change it from market execution to buy stop, and you put in that price, choose your lot size, put your stop loss, put your take profit, and place the trade. Whether you're there or not, whether your phone is off, whether your internet is off, the moment the market gets to that zone, it activates for a buy. That is how to set buy stop order. I believe we all got it right for the buy stop order. Now, moving forward, I'm going to delete the order. Good. Now, moving forward, I want us to set buy limit. What I just explained now is buy stop. Now, remember, the buy limit is being set below the current market price because we're expecting the market to come down before buying. So we are going to set it below the current market price. Now, I want to set my buy limit here because this is like a support zone. If you observe, the market started going up from this zone. From this zone, we saw how the market went up. So all I'm saying is that if the market should get back to this zone, activates me for a buy, whether I'm there or not. So I'm going to set my buy limit here. Then I will set my stop loss below that zone. All right. So once the market comes back to this zone, it will activate for a buy and start buying. But if it fails to buy and it comes down, it will take me out on a loss. All right. Now, since I've gotten the price level for my buy limit and the price level for my for my stop loss. So for take profit, I can now set the take profit here. So this is the buy limit. The center line is the buy limit. The down line is the stop loss, and the one above is the take profit, right? So I've gotten the price. I just need to go to where new order. Now this time I have to change it from market execution. Remember, change it from market execution to pending order. The moment you do that, you'll be able to change it. Okay, so it's already on the buy limit. So this is buy limit. So the next thing I want to do is to get the price level for the buy limit. So this is the price level for the buy limit. So I'm going to come to price and I'm going to type it in. I'm going to type it in. So I'm going to be using 3405. That is the price. 0.910. Okay. So this is the price for my buy limit. Then the stop loss is 3398 .483. All right. So that is the stop loss. Then the take profit is this is the take profit is 3423 0.921. So that is all I need to do. This is where I want to buy from, but currently the market is not at that level. So the moment the market sells back to this zone, at this point I want to start buying. So I'll set my buy limits here, and once I've done that, I just click on place. Good. So everything is set. This is my take profit, and so that is it. So this is my buy limit, and this is my stop loss, and this is my take profits, right? So whether I'm here or not, the moment the market gets back to this zone, it activates for a buy and starts buying. But if it fails to buy from this zone and it starts coming down, it will take me out on a loss from this other zone. Okay, so until this market is activated, the stop loss and the take profit remains relevant. Okay, even if this market gets to this zone, it will not hit take profit because the buy limit has not been activated. So that is for buy stop and buy limit. But I just want to understand if you guys got how I did the setup and the rest. So if you get that, just type 4 on the chat box before I explain sell stop and sell limit, or before I show you the example of sell stop and sell limit. Just type 4 on the chat box. And I believe with this, you can actually set it even without me showing you guys. You can set it on your own. With the earlier explanation I gave, you can set the sell stop and sell limit, right? I know it. I know you guys can do it. Okay. Please, I need more 4 on the chat box. All right. All right. So this meeting is being recorded. Later, you can just go and rewatch. For those of you that needs more explanation, you can just go and and rewatch, and also help yourself with go online, make more research, add it to this video, and you will get it. I think it's your network. You said the image is not showing. I think it's your network or something, but my screen is being shared and other people can see it. All right. But the video, I'm going to add it to our YouTube channel. You just go there and we watch it for better understanding. All right. Perfect. So moving forward for buy stop and for sell stop and sell limits, how do we achieve that? So this time let me use a BTC for that. How do I achieve sell stop and sell limit? Okay, now remember, this is the current price. If I'm selling BTC, right, if I'm selling Bitcoin from this zone, it means that I am selling at the current market price, which is known as instant execution or market order, right? That is for Bitcoin. If I'm selling at this current price, the white line is known as instant execution or instant order, all right? But this time, I don't want to sell it at the current price. I want to sell it from a particular level. So I'm going to set my sell stop at this zone. All right. So this is my sell stop. Remember, the sell stop is placed below the current market price. So what I'm saying is that if the market should get to this zone, activate for a sell and keep selling. So if this is my sell stop, it means that my stop loss has to be above my sell stop. All right. So this second line is my stop loss, and the line below is my sell stop. That means my take profit has to be here, right? So the middle line is my sell stop, the one below is my take profit, and the one above is my stop loss. So all I need to do is to go to my new order, and I will change it to pending order, and I will look for sell stop. That is what I'm looking for. Sell stop. All right. Okay. So This is my where I want to set whatever I want to set. So my sell stop is, I'll just set sell stop. I'll choose the lot size, one lot size, then I'll come to my price level and I'll insert my sell stop. So the sell stop is 311,257.53. All right, 0.53. And my stop loss, which is above, is 11,2232.44. And my take profits is the downline, which is 1086 108674.01. All right, so that is it. So this middle line is my sell stop, the one above is my stop loss, and this is my take profits. So once I'm done with that, I'll just click on this trade. So I've done that. All right. So you can see it here. This is my sell stop, this is my take profit, and this is my stop loss. Now, the moment the market gets to this zone, currently the market is coming down, but the moment it gets to this zone, it will activate for a sell and keep and start selling, right? But if it should fail to sell and it goes up, the moment it gets to my stop loss, it takes me out of the market, right? So that is for sell stop and how to set your sell stop. All right. So I just want to believe you guys got that. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing is sell limits. So the next thing I want to set is sell limits, right? Sell limits. So let me take this off the screen. So for sell limit, I said the sell limit is being set above the current market price. This is the current market price, which means I can set my sell limits here. Now, why am I setting my sell limits here? You can see how the price dropped from this zone, okay? From this zone, we saw how the market pulled down, okay? So I can set my sell limits here. Then I will not set my stop loss above this zone. Then I will not set my take profit here, all right? So what I'm trying to say is if this market should get to this zone, it should activate for a sell and sell down. All right. So this is the sell limit. But this is where we have the price currently. All right. But the moment the price gets to this zone, it will activate for a sell and keep selling. But if it should fail to sell from this zone and it keeps going up, at this point, we'll have our stop loss triggered, right? And this is our take profit. So now we have the level. All we need to do is to go to our new order, we set it up, change it from market execution to pending order, then we look out for sell limit, all right? Then we set the price, stop loss, and take profit. That is it. Now, once we do that, we click on place, whether we are there or not. The moment the market gets to those zones that has our pending order, it activates for a sell or buy, depending on the pending order that we have that we are setting. All right. So I know you guys understand everything I've been saying. For those of you that didn't get it clearly, you can go back to watch the video once I post it on our community. All right, but this is the best explanation you can get for sell stop, sell limit. In fact, for pending orders. Okay, so I think we still have 15 minutes. Let's see if I can jump into fundamentals for the next 15 minutes, or probably I can leave it and attend to question before we close for the day. But I just want to understand if you guys get what I've been saying so far, just type 5 on the chat box, all right? If you get what I've been saying so far, or the pending order, just type 5 on the chat box. All right, perfect. I know most of us are joining us for the first time and you might not really get what we are doing here, but don't be lost. For those in other states, shortly we'll come to your state and we'll also start the training. It depends, but shortly we'll come to your state. But if you still want to feel among us, if you still want to learn with us, you can just go back to the channel, or I'll be posting the link to the previous video. If you watch the first video on the fundamentals of the forex market and the rest, you get to understand it. And after that, you watch how to place a trade. Then after that, we have this video, which is today's video on pending order. Right? I believe my mic is still on. Okay, on pending order. So that is it. So these are the things we have done so far. So we still have like this 45, we have like 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So let's see if I can jump into fundamental analysis. Now, if you guys remember clearly, what is fundamental analysis? So can someone just tell me what fundamental analysis is all about? You can just unmute your mic and tell me, raise your hand. And okay, no, let me just pick someone. Someone is raising. Let me see. I want to pick someone that is just joining us for the first time. If you're sure you know what fundamental analysis is, just type it on the chat box. I know. The first person to type, I know. I will pick you. All right. Burabari. Okay, if you can unmute your mic, then you speak. Tell us what fundamental analysis is all about. Barry, can you unmute your mic, or I have to do that for you? Okay. All right, you can unmute your mic and speak. Barry, tell us what fundamental analysis is all about. I don't know if his network is disturbing. All right. All right. So I don't know if he's having network issue, but fundamental analysis is actually using the you use economical, political, and social stuff that is happening in your country to determine the movement of price. You use stuff like interest rates, inflation, and the rest. Now, all those things, that is what is making price to move, right? So you use those things to determine the movement of price. Now, for instance, if the interest rate, or if the government, or let's say if the bank should increase the interest rate of a particular currency, that currency will be very strong. Why? Because investors will be demanding for that currency based on the profits that they want to make, right? And once that currency is, the demand is high, it makes the currency very strong. So you're using both the political and the economical factor of the nation to determine how strong a particular currency would be. Okay, so that is for fundamental analysis. Now, another way inflation affects the currency, we all know what is happening in the country that we are, right? So we are having inflation rate is high, and that is why our currency is not doing well. Okay, so using fundamental factors, you'll be able to tell if a currency is doing well or not. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys a platform that whenever you want to place a trade, or whenever you want to trade, you just need to go back to that platform and check if there's any fundamental news that will cause volatility in the market. All right. And I'll show you guys how to interpret every data on that website. So once you know how to interpret those data, you'll be able to understand if you should take a trade before or after the news, or if you should just stay out of the market for that day. But if I should advise, personally, I don't trade fundamentals, okay? Because at that point, the market is very, very volatile, okay? You might be on profits and the market just comes down, it takes you out. The market is very, very volatile, except the news is in your favor. That is when you make profit. So me, personally, I don't trade fundamentals, but I'll show you how to interpret every data you are seeing on fundamental on the website I'm about to show you. Okay, so this is Forex Factory. We have a lot of websites. You can actually look for fundamentals, but the one that is used, like the one that is mostly used, is Forex Factory. Now, on our Forex Factory, the moment you go to Forex Factory, the first thing you want to do is to set the time zone to your country's time zone so that you have the accurate time. All right. So the moment you do that, you just come here, you choose West Central Africa and the rest, you do your normal setting, and that is all. Then after that, you locate calendar. Okay. So I'm looking for, okay, so this is calendar. You click on this. All right. Now, every detail you are seeing here is these are events that is going to happen based on the date and the time you are seeing. And these events, they are likely to affect the market. They are likely to cause volatility in the market. Okay. So the first thing you do, remember, you just need to set the time to your own time zone, and you come to the calendar to view the event that is going to happen for that day. Like today is Thursday. If I should come down to Thursday, okay, these are the events that happened today. By 2 a.m. we have news on NZD. All right, we have by 2:30 a.m. we had news on AUD, and today by 1:30 p.m. we had news on the USD pair. Okay, so if the news is favorable to the currency, the currency will begin to do well at that moment. Okay, if the news favors that currency, it will do well at that moment. Let's say, for instance, if we have Euro USD, right? We have Euro USD, and today we have news on USD, and the news favors USD. You see the market will begin to sell, because USD is the quote currency. And I told you guys that when the quote currency is strong, the market is going to sell. Okay. So if the news should favor USD, you'll see how the market will start dropping, because USD becomes strong at that point. So from here, you monitor all the events that is going to happen based on the currency. Okay. So you check the position of the currency, if it's a base or if it's a quote currency. If it's a base currency and the news favors that particular currency, you see the market, it starts going up. All right. Now, let me show you how to interpret the news. Okay. Now, if you check here, you see folders, right? All these folders, they have meaning. You see deep yellow, you see light yellow, and you also see red. Okay. Now, the ones that are lighter, the yellow, um, the yellow color, the one that is very light, this is also an event, but this event has low impact. Okay, it's likely not to have effect on the currency. It has low impact. It's likely not to have effect on the currency, right? Then the one that has a deep yellow, for the this one is known as medium impact. Okay, which means it's likely to have small effect on the currency. It's likely to have small effect on the currency. But the one we are looking out for as a trader is the high impact news, the one with red folder, right? The one with red folder. So this one has high impact on the particular pair. You see volatility in the market. The market starts dropping very fast, or it starts rising very, 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 very fast. Okay, so that is it. Now, with this, you can understand which news you are to look out for. Okay, so personally, you have to look out for the news with red folder. So today, the only important news I'll be looking out for is the USD. All right, so once it's 1:30 p.m., which has already passed, if I'm on a position that is on profit, I am likely to close that position before the news, or I can actually break even, which means I will take my stop loss above my entry so that if anything happens, I am not going to lose my capital. All right, so that is what you need to understand. Now, how do you know if the news is going to favor a particular currency or not? All right, now if you check here, we have details, right? If you click on this folder, the one at the right hand side, if you click at this folder, you see the detail of the news. You'll be able to understand every detail of the news. Then we have actual, we have forecast, and we have previous price. Now the previous price is the previous events rather. The previous event, this is the event that happened before, and this is the detail of the event. All right. Then the forecast is, you know what forecast is, right? They'll tell you, okay, this is what is going to happen. They are predicting that this is what is going to happen, but it has not happened yet. All right. And now this is the actual. Actual is when the news comes out. Okay. This is when the news comes out. That is the actual. Now, if the actual detail, like for instance today, if the actual is greater than the forecast, now their forecast was minus 18, right? It was minus 18, and the actual is minus 21. Now minus 21 is lesser than minus 18 because you're counting back. So minus 21 is lesser than minus 18. So this particular news, okay, it's not that one. So the one for USD is okay. The one for USD, the forecast was 3.1%, right? The forecast was 3.1%. And as of when the news came out, it was 3.3. So the actual is bigger than the forecast. So this news is good for the USD pair. So as of the time of the news, which is 1:30 p.m., USD was doing well. All right. So what you need to pay attention to, you need to look at the forecast. All right. Look at what's happened in the past, which is the previous. That is if you consider to trade news. Okay. So you look at what happened in the past. But for you to know that if that currency will do well, once the news comes out, if the actual is greater than the forecast, it means that that news is favorable for that particular currency. Okay. Now, the reason I'm showing you guys this is before you trade, just check the event for that day. If there's any major news that might cause volatility in the market, because you might have a good setup and the trade is going well according to your analysis, and the moment the news comes out, you start seeing the price dropping or rising very fast, which might also affect your trade. So as a trader, whenever you want to trade, just go to your Forex Factory to check if there's any event. And if there's any event and you already have running trade, if the trade is on profit already, it's either you close or you adjust your stop loss above the entry. All right. But if the news favors that particular currency and you're on point, it will also help you to make more profits. So that is how we read and interpret news. I know I was kind of fast at this point, but I was actually observing the time. We just have 3 minutes left, but on your own, you can just go back to watch the video in order for you to understand how to interpret every data you are seeing on Forex Factory. So first thing first, you come to your Forex Factory, change your time zone, then click on calendar. Once you do that, the date happens to be the day the event will happen. Then these are the currencies, okay? I said that the yellow folder is less impact, the deep brown is known as medium impact, and the red is known as high impact. So you should look out for the high impact news, okay? And for you to know if the news will favor a particular currency is when the actual value is greater than the forecast. That is when it will favor that particular currency. But if the forecast is less than the actual, then you know that that particular currency will not do well as of the time of that news. All right. So I want to believe you guys understand everything I've been saying. All right. So if you understand everything I've been saying, just type one on the chat box and we call it a day. All right. Type one on the chat box if you understand everything I've been saying, then we call it a day. Okay, okay. Perfect, 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 perfect. So that is for fundamental analysis. The reason I had to show you guys how to um the reason I had to show you guys how to read fundamentals is very soon you start technical analysis, you learn how to analyze the chart. So I want you guys to always go to your Forex Factory to check if there's any high impact event for the day before you make your decision for that day. You can actually wait after the news, you can trade, all right, or you can enter before the news. And once the market moves in your direction, you adjust your stop loss uh, in order for you to protect your capital. Okay. So thank you guys very much. It was indeed a wonderful evening. I was trying to rush home so that I can hold the class. If you observe, I think I started 3 to 4 minutes late because I was just trying to set up things. All right. So I said if the forecast is greater than the actual, what will happen? The event will not favor that particular currency. Okay, it will be a negative impact on that particular currency, which means the currency is not going to do well at the time of the event. All right, so if the forecast is greater than the actual, that currency will not do well at the time of that event. But if the actual is greater than the forecast, that currency will do well at the time of that event. Okay, we all have we have a new strategy. That there are ways you can trade it. That is for those who would love to trade news. But you know, personally, I don't like trading news because of the volatility. You cannot control what is going to happen at that moment. You can't control it. Okay, so that is it. You said I should recap. What do you want me to? Okay, I think you just said it. So, do we have any other question? Let's see if I can attend to another question before we are done for the night. It's clear. Okay. Please, if you have your question, you can just ask. Let me quickly attend to it and we are done. All right, perfect. So that is for fundamental analysis and pending orders. Okay, this video, the link to the video will be made available. I want you guys to go, if possible, just read ahead just to get the insight. That is how you become a better trader. If you want to become a better trader, you don't need to wait for me. You just need to read on your own, practice until you become perfect. All right. So that is it. Okay, so the video, the link to the video, I'm going to be posting it soon. Just watch it. For those of you that entered late, just watch it, and I believe you understand it. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Our next class is on Saturday online because of the election. Okay, so we'll have Saturday online. Next Thursday, we'll also meet again online, and next Saturday will be physical for in our training center. Please, we should try to be coming early on Saturday because I'm not going to wait for anybody. Even if it's 3 persons I see, I will start once it's 11 a.m. on Saturday next week. All right. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful night rest, you all. Bye for now. Yes, this Saturday's class, tomorrow on Saturday's class is by 7 p.m. Yes, the same time, 7 p.m. Yes. All right.